Hey guys, welcome back to Crypto Mischief. Richie here, where we talk about my favorite thing, the entire world, cryptocurrency. This is TCOINS of the week. That's right. And we're going to be covering a bunch of protocols this week. This is our weekly degenerate crypto video. Of course, none of it is financial advice. Generally, I talk about high-risk projects, high risk, high return. Some strategies, some news, some good news, some bad news, all these kind of things. So just checking in with the market to begin today's video. We're seeing kind of middling, like we have a bunch of alts popping off, and a lot of them which I don't own. Render, I don't own. eHex, I own, but it's down 7%. Awesome. Tau, I don't own, up 30% on the day. KuCoin coin, up as well. Coming into the bigger picture, Bitcoin is sitting still at $36,000 mark. I'm thinking I think we'll see a downward movement before we see upward, really. So maybe 33 to 32,000 Bitcoin. Stop for a little bit and then continue on, I think is what's going to happen. So chances to get Ethereum for cheaper are coming up. I think Bitcoin for cheaper, all the other coins as well for cheap. Of note this week, we've seen a bunch of FOMO for a few coins. In particular, where is it? I'm still not buying into this, but I will be, Caspa, just because it's still pumping, right? It hasn't stopped. It can't go up forever. Must come down eventually. So I'm just waiting for the buy-in time where I can just grab a bag. 13 cents. I mean, could have got it at 5, could have got it at 2 cents, but now it's time to be patient. And if you buy it right now, I would probably assume that it's going to crash quite soon. Down at least 20 to 30% correction. So that would be the time to scoop, in my opinion, from my experience of all this. Others of note, congratulations to Phantom. Well done, Phantom. You managed to briefly get above 35 cents. Really great. So if anyone's not clued up on what's happening with Phantom, because I know I used to talk about it a lot on this channel, I'm still holding about 60,000 Phantom. Which is cool because today's price, 60,000 Phantom, is just under 20 grand, right? My hope is, of course, we get back to $3 because when we get to $3, that is a large chunk of change, right? Phantom are close to releasing Phantom Sonic, which would make it the world's fastest blockchain. They're moving away from the DeFi that we know Phantom for on this channel, Spooky Swap, Tomb Finance, these kind of things, and they are pivoting into banking sector is the idea for Phantom Chain and Phantom Coin, the fastest, most secure network that can be used for real world banking. If it works, it's going to fly. That's why I'm holding it all. I could have transferred all of this into cash and tripled my money, but I'm a Phantom guy at heart, so we're still holding on in there. I mean, the max chart on Phantom is horrendous. Look at this. Oh my god. So all-time high of $3.50, something like $3.50, and then a crash from $3 all the way down to 23 cents. We got up to 50 cents back in earlier this year, the February March time, up to 50 cents. That was great during the yearly Phantom conference when they announced Phantom Sonic and what's happening. Then of course the long decline back down to 15 cents. And now we're seeing this little tiny leg up here. So this is what's happening at the moment with Phantom in excitement for Phantom Sonic. So always great to see Phantom at least growing and doing a little bit better in the market. 30 cents is hard to look at, but it was my prediction for the bear market for the price of Phantom. And I continue to buy here, there, everywhere. Get more Phanties. Put them in the wallet. I'm still meaning to make a node actually, which I will eventually. So there's some, of course, and the other coin to stand out in the past couple of weeks would have to be Polygon, right? Polygon is going absolutely mental. It broke 90, I think. Let's go to 14-day. Yeah, 95 it got up to, which is crazy, right? So this is pushing on that dollar mark, and the price actually of Polygon all-time high was very similar to what Phantom hit. Oh no, a little bit under, $1.50, okay, for your Polygon. And this chart doesn't look too bad, right? All-time high. That can't be the all-time high. Sure, we got higher. Not going back very far. 29th of May 2023. No, impossible. The all-time high for Polygon was, I think it was over $2. I remember it being $2.50, something like that. So it's not dumped as much as Phantom did, and they have Pol, P-O-L, coming out very soon, where you're going to be able to migrate your Polygon token 1 for 1 into Pol token, and that's going to be the next blockchain that Polygon's releasing on. So all these old-fashioned, you know, old guys from the last bull run, they're all changing and moving with the times, and that's where we're going to see a huge turn in the markets for both of these. I think we can visit Pol on CoinGecko there if you want, but all you need to know is you can migrate all your Matic for Pol, and that's what we'll be doing also in Polygon Land, our miner, because of course once that happens we'll be able to take our Matic and turn it into Pol. So if anyone has any questions about that, basically my idea is just to make a like we have the bridge here, I'll just also make a migrate. So if you want to cash out your Matic, then you can do that. There's a 4-year time limit to transfer your Matic coin into Pol coin 1 for 1, so there's no rush. So as you claim out Matic, you'll just be able to swap it. Hopefully we can just get it on the page, make it easy for everyone. And talking about Polygon Land, I'm just about to make a new change to the recommended strategy for Polygon Land. Because now we are seeing the total balance around about 100,000 Matic. Okay, looks like we might go under in the next couple of days. Don't worry about that. I do have plans. Plans are in place. Don't worry. They're coming very soon. So for the plans that are in place, I will be initializing the pools, which would be the pools which will be injecting into the TVL, and possibly doing another round of marketing. I'm not sure about that. Still weighing up whether it's worth it to market or just to put my attention more into just making the next land, which is also going to inject into Polygon Land. For recommended strategy, this is here, right? So let's just have a look at what I have. So for example, today, this is 1 day's earning, 52 Matic, sound like 40 bucks. And my estimated daily yield is still 0.67, right? Which was last week as well. What I've been doing is I've been reinvesting 3 days in a row. And then on the 4th day, I've been taking half of all that and putting it back in as a fresh deposit, which is seeming to do pretty well for my estimated daily yield, because everyone's is different, right? So mine's 0.67, everyone else is different, and it's getting me pretty good bag of miners there as well. I broke this all down for you so you can see it here. Let me just zoom in on this. This is going to be put on the FAQ. Also, it's recommended. So for example, day 1, we go 50-50, right? 50-50 compound button. This one, where are we going? This one here, reinvest 50-50, okay? Then day 2, same, 50-50. Day 3, 50-50. So imagine that is, you're claiming out 100. So you have 200, 100 is compounded in, and 100 is claimed out. So you got 100, 200, 300 Matic for 3 days of farming, right? Then on day 4, this is where the strategy comes in. You take half of that, so half of 300 is 150, and you reinvest that manually back in. So that means you would come to the miner, go to take that 150 Matic, and reinvest it back in, buying yourself 1.5 million miners at the same time. By doing this, you then still have the other 150, which comes to your wallet as your book your profit, right, with this 150. So why would this work? The way that these contracts work, and they're always pretty similar, I purposely made the back end of Polygon Land quite similar to the Cake of Fortune and the BNB miner. Although our miner is different because it's static and we have a lot of other kind of taxes and different unique factors about the back end of our contract. That part is very similar. So fresh capital always wins. When you're pressing reinvest, what you're doing is the 50% of say I was going to reinvest this 50 Matic, right? 26 Matic would not leave the contract and be reinvested back in. It would just stay in the contract acting as a compound, which would give me more miners. But in terms of my APR, it wouldn't have much of an effect positively or negatively for this, right? However, if I took 25 Matic right now and deposited it as fresh capital into the contract, that over time would have a positive reflection on my estimated daily yield, meaning that I'm going to be earning more Matic with fresh deposits than I would be with compounds, okay? That's the basics of it. So therefore, the benefits of the strategy are, number 1, a fresh capital deposit is better for your personal APR compared to the compound, which is called by using the 50% reinvest function. That's what that means, okay? And number two, by reinvesting fresh Matic into the contract, you can reduce your dashboard ROI and escape the tax that triggers when you're over 50% ROI, while at the same time maintaining your personal APR. Because we have the tax, right? So when someone hits 50% ROI, we have a tax which is triggered, which is then sent to two pools. The miners are sent to the reflection pool and the burnt miners pool, okay? This is taken from your miners in your balance, okay? So the more that you ROI, the more miners that you're losing when you're claiming, okay? This is a sustainability measure. And one way to get around that is by using 3 reinvests, then depositing half of that claimed back in, because that extends your deposit in while also increasing your APR, making it in a way that you're always almost getting away from the 50% while actually ROIing, is how I've broken it down in my logic, okay? Now, this is my recommended strategy. If you have another one, please let me know. This one I was discussing with Crypto Craig. He's doing the same strategy and it's working very well for him as well. So that's what we're doing. So this is my first day of the new turn on it. So I would be coming to, oh no, it's my second day, sorry. So again, I'll be coming to, no, first day because I haven't written anything. I cleared it, right? So what I do here is just change this. If you guys want the sheet, I'll just leave it in the link in the description of this so you can use it as well if you want. Day one, 50-50. So I'd come here and then I'd say, okay, I will reinvest 50-50, which means I'm going to claim out 25 Matic, right? Oh, let me just sort out the ledger. Dead air. No. Oh no. No. Forgot my password. Right. So that's a 1 reinvest, taking 26 Matic into my balance, right? So there we go. 26. Boom. Okay. So that's that booked. I'll add up these 3, whatever they add up to. Then I take half of that, and that would be my profit. And also here is cleared. Okay. So that's how we're going to run it. So that's basically how we're going to go forward with the recommended strategy from now on. One other thing, today we have the Reflection Pool lottery for NFT holders. So there are 5 million miners, which is 500 Matic worth of buy-in power. We'll be going to 3 lucky NFT holders. From next week, though, we're changing up the lottery to actually reward Matic coin. Check in on Monday or Tuesday, and I'll have an announcement up on the Miner Telegram, link in the description, for how you can win the Matic instead of the Reflection Pool. For next week, I'm going to be sending all of the Reflection Pool into the Burnt Miner as well. For 2 reasons. One, I want to just play, change it up, get some new eyes on the project by just doing different things. And number 2, in Arbitrum land, we're going to have 100% burn. We're not going to have a Reflection Pool in Arbitrum land, so I want to see what that will do to the balance of the APR, the TVL, the drain, or the building of the contract if we are burning 100% into here, right? Because these just get taken completely out of circulation, which is a great sustainability measure. It means as people are claiming, they're losing some of their miners, essentially, right? I want to see how it runs in the long term. So that's pretty much everything. In terms of the raffle, we are on round 26 now. Wow. So 26 NFT already sold off in the raffle in the week that we've been open. We have 1 ticket left on this entry, and I'm going to buy it. This is Brian Poop, and hopefully I'm going to win. I've had 6 purchases and no wins so far in the raffle. So still looking for that first raffle win for myself. Like I said in my last video, I'm happy to buy as many of these as possible because I know what's happening, right? Monthly passive income, massive growing pools of liquidity backing up the project. This is going stronger with every partnership we pull in. It's getting stronger with every dApp that we roll out, with every new member to our team. We get in there, right? Okay, so cool. So that's that's all the entries in. If you see this, it means the raffle is closed. Wait 5 or 10 minutes for the winner to be called and get in for the next round, right? Right, let's move on to talk about a big talking point of this week. There are 2 major talking points this week of contracts changing, stuff like that, would be Carol and also Pulse Drip, right? So let's check out first what's been going on with Carol. Right. Big shock and all campaign really happening with Carol. So the way I understand it, what happened with Carol is in the space of like a week, they launched another version of Carol on the Binance Smart Chain with another token, also called Carol, but with different liquidity and a different price. Then, of course, by launching one on Binance Smart Chain, we saw the liquidity on base chain begin to drop from 1.4 million at its all-time high to 1.3, 1.2, 1.1, which I didn't really worry about because prices go up and prices go down in crypto, right? That's okay. But then the team at Carol decided to, I guess, expedite or speed up one of their plans, which was to make the base Carol tradable on a DEX by adding liquidity to it so that people can buy and sell it, and also now just claim available tokens out of Carol, boom, by just clicking it, right? This caused a horrible chart. What else can you say? So let's come to multi-charts and deck screener, right? So let's try and see. I've got a bunch of things I'm tracking here that we're going to be talking about today. But the Carol one's pretty easy to see. Yeah, it's this one with a huge red candle. Yeah, so we can just see steady growth over time. As we've been talking about this for about 40 days now, we've done really well in Carol. For our DAO, definitely, because I've taken, well, practically all the referral rewards I made from Carol, I've put into our treasury, which pays out to the NFT holders. So that's been awesome for our club, right? But this red line was sell pressure. Sell pressure and FUD. Because of course, when we start seeing this, people think rug pull, more people sell, more people sell. They did an AMA yesterday where they explained what's going to be happening in the future, what we're going to do going forward. It hasn't managed yet to alleviate the sell pressure, for sure. Sells are just coming in strong and strong and strong. So now I'm thinking, no, when's it going to floor? And should we continue farming in Carol, or should we just move on? Me personally, from listening to the AMA, there's 2 points that I'd like to touch on. First, talking about base chain, then we're going to talk about Binance Smart Chain. So if we come to the roadmap for Carol, which is here, the main idea for the roadmap has always been to make Carol token on a DEX, their own DEX, right? That was always the big plan. It still is the big plan, to have Carol DEX where it'd be kind of like an incubator for other projects to join in onto base chain, and then Carol would lock up their liquidity for them, essentially, right? That was the big plan. So Carol locks the liquidity, and then these projects release, and in a trustworthy way, with kind of like a Carol protocol being, I guess, their parent, okay? Then would also be able to use the Carol token to, I guess, stake on their DEX to earn something, possibly. That was what I would do. I don't know if that's their plan. Yield farming, essentially. And the fees from their DEX would also feed into buybacks for a Carol token. I think this is everything that's on the roadmap, right? Which you can find here. Because at the moment, their docs only cover the base chain one. They have nothing to do with the Binance Smart Chain one, which was talked about in the AMA. It says here, so second quarter 2023, we won 2024. Yeah, Carol DEX debut and strengthening Carol liquidity. So Carol DEX presentation, the debut of Carol DEX, a platform tailored specifically for the needs of startups. Rewards for pair creators. Carol DEX participants who form trading pairs will receive exclusive incentives. Liquidity token locking, market making, Carol liquidity support. So these are all the things that I was really looking forward to next year, but they forwarded it quicker than we thought, and it crashed the price. Not a good move, definitely, for price. And so the AMA yesterday, the devs were on the AMA talking, which is great. So they're still here, still working on it. They said they want to announce the next utility for base Carol in around 2 or 3 weeks. So that's going to be 2 or 3 weeks of as is. This is it. You can now claim your tokens out, sell them on base swap. You can sell them on the DEX here for ETH, or you can rebond. Okay, same. I think when it started, you could also do this, and they took away the claim button, and then they put it back, and this is what happened. The hold bonus, liquidity bonus, base bonus, personal bonus, all still exists. This is all still here. So now it's all just down to, do you believe that in 2 or 3 weeks, they're going to announce something which is going to build up excitement again for base Carol, or do you think that's just all hot air? Now, personally, I'm going to ebb on the side of I think that they're going to make a bullish announcement and we are going to get some great news, which is going to turn the tide on the token price. It's going to have to be great, though. It's going to have to be good. To turn this, even to start building this up again, is a mammoth task. But if they show they're building and they show that they do have a long-term vision for Carol on base chain, then there's no reason why it can't recover. But if you're skeptical, then I would say now is time for you to try get your ROI, pull it back, and hope that the total liquidity stays pretty sound around about 400,000 to 500,000. Remember when we started with Carol, the liquidity was only 100,000, right? So we do have a precedent of having lower liquidity, but the token price was not this. It was 2 cents. So it's about 50% down from where we even started our journey with Carol. And compound interest can't beat that. What's my aim? Well, on base Carol, my aim is to stake 1 million. I think if I can get 1 million tokens staked in this before the 3-week announcement, then it's a sink or swim, right? You know, can it do it? Possibly. Can it not? I'm not sure. So that's my aim. So for now, it is rebonding and waiting to see if we can get it. And soon I'm going to be dropping a large bond into Carol to get myself up to around about 1 million is the idea. So we take always the same strategy with Carol. Yeah, 3,000. Okay, I don't care what the price is. It's always the same strategy. 30% profit take on every single turn, right? That's what I've been doing. If people have been following the strategy and taking about 30% profit on every time they rebond, then they may be at least break even from their journey. If they got in when we first started talking about this, they should be up. But of course, if you just joined last week or 2 weeks ago, you are in Wreck City. Charts don't always go up. If you believe that they're going to pull it off, then continue as you were. If you think that they're not going to pull it off, then you need to start pulling back some of your APR, some of your ROI, right? And let's just hope that this sell pressure finally alleviates at some point, because it has to, right? I mean, it's it's not turning yet, but let's see. Let's see what happens. So that's basically what's going on with that. So, you know, we take our bond. Ooh, we have 2 bonds. This is a large bond. Didn't even know I had that bond. Jesus. Okay, so I'll need to bring in more ETH and bond that one. You can do this one right now. 0.01. Let's stake that. Boom. Stakey, stakey. See, I'm just, you know, as is for me. I'm going to continue working away on this. And the one important thing that they said in the AMA for Binance Smart Chain is that the Carol on BSC has a different roadmap to Carol on base chain. They don't plan on doing what they did with the base chain one, as in they don't plan on floating the token into PancakeSwap as a tradable asset. They're going to only keep these 2 buttons, is what they said. They have a different roadmap. The roadmap for Binance Smart Chain will be released in the next couple of days, where people are going to be able to see what the big vision is for Binance Smart Chain. In terms of what's going on here, liquidity of 1.2 million, price is 0.24. So the strange thing is, over here, we're just sitting in the same position we were in base chain like a week and a half ago. It's really surreal how this all planned out, and I'm not elated about it. But I don't control what the team wants to do with their building and when they want to do it, how they want to announce it. But they should chill out though, slow down a bit, give it time to breathe. Sometimes we get obsessed with just watching charts, right? And must go up, must go up. It goes down, oh no, it's the end of the world. But prices have to go down for them to go back up. Projects have to breathe, like I was saying about Polygon land, right? We are on a decline in the TVL with Polygon land. Am I worried? No. Am I going to do anything crazy or like just push some buttons and change everything? No. I'm going to think about it, plan out, and then try execute. That's what we need to do. That's what communities want people to do. They don't want to be surprised all the time. So I've got bond here. Great. So I'll bond that. Stake the bond. Building up the bonds is the best way to get more Carol token, right? But now as investors, we need to be mature and weigh up the risk. Now that we've seen the other side of risk in this protocol, how quickly things can change when you're locking your capital into something like this, okay? So that's why, like I said, same strategy here, right? Always around 30% I just want back. So we have 1,600 cal here today. So I'll take 1,000 of that. We will, oh no, I'm not selling, I'm bonding. Rebonding, yeah, so we take 1,000. This, roughly, then we rebond that. Boom, 30 days. Then we pair it. Growing with the market, knowing that if the same thing happened, I've booked some of my profit out. That's it. That's how I roll. That's how I roll with every single platform. Not expecting, never suicide compound anything is the advice I'm going to give you for every single project that you're in all over crypto. Right. Yeah, because looking at the, if we put in currently over on base chain, so we've got 323,000 Carol at the moment. So I need another 700,000. So if we took 3.5 ETH, we would be up to our million. So $6,000 more in, we got million Carol token. Ooh, should I do it? That's the thing. I'm not sure. I'm gonna weigh it up over the next couple of days. Of course, another strategy for that is that I could you could try DCA on the dump. So you're never going to catch the bottom, whatever this is going to be. It could bottom out forever, like a lot of these kind of protocols we've seen. Then you just be throwing money down the toilet, right? So buying one big purchase, is one way to do it. Another one would be just a series of 0.2 ETH buys until you finally DCA yourself up to the 1 million tokens, and then chill, right? And hopefully it works out for you or me, because that's probably what I'm going to do. So last week we also saw, this week we also saw some big changes in the world of Pulse Chain with Pulse Drip, and SparkSwap also has some pretty good news. So we're going to cover both these projects in one video just because it's going to kill two birds with the one stone. Pulse Drip, they of course had the launch of H2O bonding, which went absolutely parabolic in the price. And then over the next couple of weeks, we saw a lot of sell pressure building to the price falling down to $30. So we were about $15 when it all started. We've gone up, then we've gone down, and now we're sitting around $30, which is pretty, it's fine with me. I'm got a very long-term outset for Pulse Drip. But their team decided that they want to be more proactive with this, so they made some huge changes to the faucet for this. And let's just go over how this is all changed now. So you'll see immediately when you come to your faucet now that your locked amount is the same, 335 locked in here. Real deposits 295, so I've compounded up. When I claim, this gets eaten into, right? But then we have daily rewards 0.6% APR, meaning I've gone down. Yeah, my APR's gone down. It used to be 1. They've put in a pretty severe throttle on faucets that if you claim your APR goes down to 0.5, then you need to compound it back up over time. So quite different, very different. So that's a big change, and people were not very happy about it. But personally, I think it is quite a good idea because the sell pressure was crazy on the token that was getting out of hand. In terms of bonding, the price of H2O reflected in kind to that, so nowhere near as high as it was. If we're $287 for 870 H2O, yeah, the price has come down a fair bit as well from there. So it's definitely not panned out exactly how we thought it was going to go, but it's still here. Everything's still ticking along. And I've already claimed out my ROI from my bond that I made. So now I'm definitely just into selling the H2O into Pulse Drip, putting it in my faucet, waiting for, the bull market basically. I just want to have this platform running with a huge faucet when the bull hits. That's all I plan. When Pulse Chain goes insane, this will go insane. So selling my H2O now into P-Drip, putting the P-Drip in the faucet. That's pretty much it. Garden position, we are pretty good. Come down to my Pulse. So I've been claiming this. So now I'm able to pull out 250,000 Pulse every time. I've built up to 10 claims because you need to compound 3 times to get 1 claim. And now I'm going to pull it down to 5 and then compound it back up to 10. Pull it to 5, compound it back up to 10. That's the plan. So now we're claiming, which is cool. So we're getting our ROI on our Pulse deposit, which we made months ago into this, and carefully, played my strategy to the T. So deposited into this was 4 million pulse. Now claimed out is going to be over now 500,000 pulse. So we're getting up to the 25% ROI point first. I'm guessing it will be another 2 months before finally ROI'd on this with the strategy, with also building a very large total deposited, because I'm not going to let that fall down too far, right? Because you know, I've managed to compound 5 million pulse on a 4 million deposit, but every time I claim now, this 5 million is going to get smaller. That's why I'm building it down to 5 and then building it back up to 10, meaning that my total compounding will continue to grow quite large. And we have the same now on the die, where I'm up to 10, so now it is claiming out the P die. The same thing, down to 5, then compound it back up to 10. Cool. I'm really happy with how this one's playing out. All I need is 2 months of bullish activity in the garden, and we are ROI. Nice stuff. So let's just do this. Let's claim this bond, sell it into P-Drip, put it in the faucet, and airdrop the team. Okay, let's do that. So 870 H2O comes out. This is pretty cool, actually, right? The liquidity for the bond is in only with P-Drip, so you can only sell the H2O into Pulse Drip. Then if you wanted to, you could sell that Pulse Drip into Pulse, but then you're going to be paying tax everywhere while doing that, right? Okay, so we've taken that. Now we need to come to something to exchange it. So I'm guessing we can grab the PulseX. Yeah, PulseX is where the liquidity is. So go there, grab that. Hey, there's the goat. Hello, goat. It's this goat here. And we have to find H2O. So H2O, here we go. So 870 tokens. So I can't change it into Pulse token. There's no liquidity. We must change it into P-Drip. So we take P-Drip, and we're going to change it all, getting ourselves 9 P-Drip token. Now, here's the point where a lot of people get stuck. They think, okay, what to do here? Your slippage has to be pretty high. They say 15, but you can see even if I try 15, we might get stuck. So you need to start really churning this. Yeah, it's not going to work. So we come up, we're like, okay, let's try 17. These very high slippage. There's a 5% fee on the H2O and a 10% slippage on that. Okay, so 17 worked. I could tweak it and try to get down to 16, but usually 17 is the one that works. So we're just going to stick with this. And we put that. Boom. All right. Then coming back to Pulse Drip, we'll then first come to our team and see how's the team growing. Oh, we've got 22 guys on the team. I still haven't made any rules for what we're going to do in terms of airdrops, so I guess I'll just do everyone again. Minimum deposit 10, yeah, and budget of 3, so that's a $90 airdrop that I'm going to be sending because I just got myself 9. Yeah, so let's send down 3 P-Drip. Get participants. I think everyone, most people. Yeah, good amount of people. Okay, so you're all going to get part of 3 P-Drip. $90 split between 20 people. We do this every Sunday, so enjoy the airdrop. Team name is in the description. If you want to join Pulse Drip, it is by far one of my favorite dApps on Pulse Chain and in crypto, because even though they made these changes, they made them fast. They stopped the drain on the price, and they are really open about it. They said, okay, you guys aren't maybe not going to like what we're going to do, but we did it, and I respect that. Got big balls, hustle man. Big ones. Cool. So that's me airdropped, I think. Let me just check that's happened. Yeah, airdrop confirmed. Right. So then we come to, we can come to swap and see what the spoils of war, right? So we've got 5 P-Drip, which I could turn into 2 million pulse, but what's the point? We just want to get it right in the faucets, okay? So we're going to grab this faucet here. Yeah, let's compound. So we've got 6 P-Drip right now. I'm in full compound at the moment because the run up to $100 or whatever and the H2O launch and everything, like I was profit taking and doing really well and eating nicely. So now that that's kind of the storm is over and we're waiting for the next bullish leg up basically. So now it's back into just building, mild profit taking, and enjoying this site, right? There's so much to do here. So many game theories. Now that I'm compounding the faucets, I'm profit taking the garden, right? And then by the time I'm done profit taking the garden, that'll be about 2 weeks. Probably the faucet will be, growing quite nicely. It'll have compounded quite a lot and able to start building up something else, right? So I like this. Very cool. So let's send that P drip max, 5 of them in there. Let's go. Yeah. Nice. The other one, of course, is Aquablaze, which I don't see in the list anymore. Maybe they took it off. I don't know. I was enjoying Aquablaze. I won it twice. I was the Aquablaze hero, basically. Okay, so that's P-Drip. Weird week, but good. The new rules, let's just find them. Yeah, a recent update has been made to further ensure the long-term sustainability of the project. A claim now reduces ROI from 1% to 0.5%. Compounding increases daily ROI by 0.1%. After 1,300 faucets have been opened, new faucets max ROI will be 200% as opposed to 250%. As with anything valuable, if you take care of it, it will last. With this recent update, Pulse Trip will further ensure long-term rewards. That's another one. So now after 1,300 faucets, how many faucets do we have? Oh, 1,200. So I've been buying faucets, as you know. I've got 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 6, right? And I'm just compounding these because I know that they're going to be valuable in the future, and now they've just become even more valuable. So one bullish piece of advice would be if this price can come down to $20 or $15, consider just grabbing a faucet, putting it aside and compounding it and waiting for the bull run. You might just be able to sell it on the market, NFT market, for a lot of money. SparkSwap is doing well. In terms of price, it's still sitting around that 20 cents mark, and we are staking in this, which we talked about in detail this week. This is the SDAI with DAI. I'm 2 stable coins pegged to the dollar, getting 96% APR. Awesome, great stuff. I bridged this. Please watch the video that I made about it to see how to do this. And we are just harvesting quite a lot now of tokens, free money basically. It's a free money machine. It's amazing, right? So I harvest this $26 of Spark token, and then I can send them. I can sell them, of course, if I wanted to, or I could send them into the Sparkler, and then get myself LP tokens back, and then stake the LP tokens in here to earn even more. Yeah, 246% APR. It's an infinite money machine, essentially, SparkSwap, and it's great. I'll show you what I'm doing actually over on our community one, the engine. Because I got a partnership with SparkSwap, we were gifted by them some Spark for covering them and continue to cover them, which, just to give a full disclosure, I staked it all in here. So we were given 2,500 Spark to the community. I took 100% of it, and we've put it in the Eternal Engine. So this is our high-risk pool on Pulse Chain using Spark token. You can see we're earning LP. So we have $3.77 of LP, which is growing now faster and faster. The LP we will then take and send into the farm section here, which will then earn us more Spark. The Spark then we put in this back in the Sparkler. And this root, once we get up to a juicy amount of passive income coming in, we can start to pool the PLS out of the liquidity tokens, right? Putting that PLS as our booking our profit, sending it into the NFT holders. For now, we have on the engine, we have one position that we're farming with. Can't find it. Where's it gone? Oh, here it is. Where we have another $23 of Spark token here, which we're going to be sending in. So 1,600 USDC in Pulse at the moment. And this one I want to start growing a lot more aggressively into our Pulse chain position for Spark. Spark's great. Last one I just want to touch on is GOAT, because I haven't spoken much about this since we launched. But it's still doing its thing, right? We have some GOAT, I'm sure. Let me have a look. Sell GOAT. My balance, I have 800. Let's see how much it's worth. I get 1 million PLS. It's about a little bit less than what I paid for it. Go is a fork of Elephant Money. Over time, this should grow into quite a powerhouse protocol. I'm just don't have enough time to give enough attention at the moment. I'm hoping next week I can turn my head to it and start to play around in it a lot more. And the other thing, which I hopefully can talk about next week, is of course PLS Farm, which is launching soon. They're waiting for their audits. We did the pre-sale. Pre-sale sold out very quickly. We have a position in with the engine. I have my own personal position here, and some of our DAO one for it too. So that's pretty much everything I want to cover on Pulse Chain at the moment. Do we have got any rewards here? Let's come to our earnings. I'm in PulseX. I'm always in PulseX, man. What have I got? Ooh, $30. Cool. Nice. Money everywhere. Money coming out every single orifice in Pulse Chain, as we should, right? As we should.